people think of Salt Lake City, they do not think of one of the most high-end and exclusive clubs in the United States. But that's exactly what's right here behind me. First South and South Temple, that's where you'll find the Alta Club. So the Alta Club has been around for more than 100 years, in fact 138 years. I've got a broken foot. I'm just hoping that there's not a lot of stairs to deal with. Oh crap. Ow. The Alta Club was started in 1883, moved to this location in 1897, and it has been here ever since. I'm not good at math, but I graduated in 1997, and that was 24 years ago? So 124 carry the, it's 100 and something years ago, man. There's a lot of history in this building. Let's go take a look. So the entrance, the lobby is like craftsman style architecture, Tiffany lamps. I think this is probably one of the only places I've ever been that has a dress code, and that is you have to wear pants. I was wearing shorts this morning, and I realized my faux pas. I stopped at TJ Maxx on the way here and bought some pants. I left the tag on so I can return them later. So the Alta Club starts back in 1883, 13 years before Utah became a state. With this building itself, they moved into in 1897. It was designed by a guy named Frederick Albert Hale, who was a big deal to the Utah skyline. He designed over 100 buildings in Salt Lake City alone. I don't know, either they're wrong or I'm wrong. Some of the most famous people in the history of the world have sat down for drinks and dinner right here.
This is a place where Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's come to dinner and Mark Twain has come to dinner, and I've waited on the fellow that Neil Armstrong that walked on the moon.
Neil Armstrong came right here.
He's the only one that made me nervous.
Simon Van Berger. He was the governor of Utah at one point. The Alta Club has a billiard room. These pool tables are over 100 years old, and they're extremely valuable. They're made by Brunswick, some of the earliest Brunswick pool tables you'll find. Pre-1900s. So this pool table is older than any living person on the planet. Yeah! This is like going to my grandma's house, but she wouldn't let us use the sticks. We had to roll the ball. Ow. You know, obviously when a building has been used for the same thing for 138 years, there's a lot of history. There's a lot of changes that have taken place over the years. In the 1920s, the Alta Club was sort of a speakeasy during the Prohibition era. During the 1930s, they actually put some slot machines in here, which had to be confiscated, and that helped them get through the Great Depression. We actually found those slot machines in an earlier episode when we were doing the history collection under the Rio Grande. The entire third floor was completely torn apart by fire and wasn't touched again until 2001 when they renovated the third floor and turned it into the guest room. This is the room where the fire started. Dude smoking a cigar in bed, lights the place on fire, burns half the building down, which it's too bad they didn't have this back then. This would have prevented so much trouble. What happened to his ghost? Supposedly, it still roams these halls, presumably telling people to go to waytoquit.org because help you stop smoking. Welcome to the boardroom. And we're doing this shot for no other reason than I think it's hilarious. Get me somebody. Anybody. Well, get me somebody while I'm waiting. Merry Christmas, Mr. Griswold. It's Christmas vacation, right? You're fired. This was the door for the ladies. The gentlemen would go in the front door, ladies would come in the side door. They'd go up a stairwell, and then they would end up in the Albion room. This is where the women would come. Now, back in the day, the Alta Club was a gentleman's club, as were most of the clubs, if not all of them, in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Women were allowed in the club with their fellas, but they would have to come in through a side entrance. In 1987, the club allowed their first full female members. You had Genevieve Atwood, a prominent Salt Lake City geologist, future Salt Lake City Mayor Dee Dee Corradini, and philanthropist Annette Cumming. All three of them became members, and they started a whole new world for the Alta Club. Fast forward to 2008, Siri Jones became the first woman president of the Alta Club. They've had 2 since then. So obviously a huge thanks to everybody here at the Alta Club for letting us in, showing us around, hooking me up with a Diet Coke. That was pretty awesome. If you would like to become a member of the Alta Club, here's their link. Check them out. All of your questions will be answered. In the meantime, if you like this video, like it, subscribe to it, and give us a comment. Tell us what you want to see next time on Cool Stuff in Utah. I'll be back. I'm going to go get a steak.
Members only.
Oh, okay. Bye. Go get some tacos. Ow.